Good morning, America! It's the DJ! Welcome to Wednesday. It's Wednesday, 14th, 2024. We are streaming from Chi-Town, the destination of the DNC. Gonna be starting in a couple of days. Hope you're having a bell ringing day here. Hope you're having a bell ringing day. My God. Welcome to the show. Let's get going. Who do we got today? We've got Going, Gone, the 126ers from the YouTube audio library. Yeah. Some upbeat, chipper music for today. There we go. We bring the music down and got a good show for you today. I need to put my disguise on that I used yesterday, okay? This is my liberal disguise. We went on a little excursion yesterday. We're going to talk about that. So here's my disguise. I was disguised as a liberal University of Northwestern person yesterday as I checked out Wilmette, Illinois. I don't know if any of you guys have been to Wilmette. Wilmette has a lot of affluent people. In Wilmette. I think this is breaking news. Yeah, I think so. It's breaking. Oh, yeah, it's breaking. That feels good. So, there's our breaking news. Yesterday I took, Susie Q was having her regular haircut day. So I decided to take a trip over to Wilmette, where they're known to welcome the people on the buses that go up and down from Texas to Chicago on a regular basis, but I hadn't heard anything lately. So I decided to check it out for myself. So I'll give you a report on what I found in Wilmette. My God, it's like another world over there. I met a couple of people and talked to several people in Wilmette and got kind of a little update of what's going on over there and what has happened. And we'll talk about that. But first, let's listen to what Fox News has to say about the upcoming DNC and the migrants, okay? Here's a quick little report.
For potential increase in asylum seekers, there's been a drop in the number of bus drop-offs in Chicago area, but Republican governors have said they will send a lot of people to sanctuary cities during the DNC.
Everyone's expecting the buses to flow, but we're not seeing them just yet.
Casey Cronus picks up our team coverage. Casey?
Terrence, unless it is communicated by Texas Governor Greg Abbott, only time will tell exactly how many migrants will be dropped off here during next week's convention. But city officials say they are prepared to welcome thousands. Today, though, there is a new concern. Near Westside residents and business owners are calling on Mayor Brandon Johnson to shut down a shelter located at Walnut and Paulina. It is situated just a few blocks away from the United Center, where the majority of convention activities, of course, will take place, and located just one block from Union Park, where many of the DNC protests will be held. Members of the Fulton Market Association say the shelter has brought on drug dealing, street fights, loud music, and loitering. They are demanding the city shut it down by September 30th.
They failed to mention prostitution, but I think later on they bring that up.
Yes.
Here in my hand is a list of 400 calls to 911 from January through early May of this year. 400 calls. What we're saying to the mayor is that the only way Chicago survives, the only way, is we set our laws and we enforce our laws. And the mayor and the aldermen have said that this street...
That's a weird concept. That is a foreign concept in Chicago, folks.
This street and the entire corridor are for businesses only, okay? We have to help our businesses survive and operate.
As this afternoon's press conference was underway, some of the migrants living in that shelter became upset and confronted those hosting it. The situation was diffused by local officers. Over the last several months, the city has decompressed many of its migrant shelters, but there are still 5,500 living across 17 shelters. Reporting live downtown, Casey Cronus, Fox 32, Chicago.
So there you go. Let's talk about what I saw as I checked out the Wilmette area. I did come across a bus in Glenview, one of those white buses at a little Best Western Hotel. Now I'm going to have I'll have a video up today about this trip that I took, so you'll see the bus there. The bus was out of Buffalo Grove. I'm not really sure it was a migrant bus or not, but it was a white bus and it's parked at a hotel kind of right on Lake Street, which is on the way to Wilmette. So I did some filming there, and then I also headed out to Wilmette. Met a couple of people. One was Jasir, a guy from Jordan who was getting gas at in Glenview. I had to fill my tank up a little bit, and he had a awesome looking 5 Series BMW. We had a little discussion about what was going on here in the United States, and he filled me in on what's going on in Jordan. I guess Jordan's not a real nice country to live in either. So he's here living in the Glenview area from Jordan in the Middle East, and he says he's happy to be in the United States. So then I went over to downtown Wilmette. Oh my gosh, downtown Wilmette is very affluent, very nice, free parking, right? The liberals love free stuff, so there was some free parking. I took advantage of that. I kind of fit in with my hat here. I think people thought I was just another liberal person walking around affluent Wilmette. So in Wilmette, I met a man by the name of James. James is a conservative who's married to a liberal. He kind of said, he lives in the Wilmette area, and here's the kicker. Oh my God, he says his real estate taxes for living in the area, he pays $31,000 a year. Yeah, imagine that. Imagine paying $31,000 to live in an affluent area among a bunch of bleeding heart liberals. Ouch! Ouch! That hurts. That hurts. I think that I would have something better to do with $31,000 than give it to Lizzo, JB Lizzo. You know who I'm talking about, our governor. He's also called JB Lizzo, or the Chris Christie of the Midwest. James was he's a bond trader and treasury T-bill trader. I think he's retired now, but he says he still had one kid going to college, and he seemed to have his head on straight. We talked probably for about 15 minutes about what was going on and where he saw our economy going. He disliked Janet Yellen immensely, which I can agree with him on that. I talked to him about the migrants. He says there's really not been a lot of migrant action in Wilmette, and his thought on it was the people of Wilmette like having the migrants come there to get on the train, but they don't want them staying there. He says when they do have a migrant bus, it's met with a police escort from the highway, which is like about, maybe a mile from the train station. So they meet the bus at the highway, I think is 294 heading north. They meet them at the highway there at Eden's Plaza, and escort them down to the Metro train, where he says that they hold up the train because it takes a little bit longer to get everyone situated. They have clothing and goodies for them, goodie bags for them when they arrive at the train station, and they give them their tickets, and the Metro train comes in, and it takes a longer stop. Normally the Metro train, it takes like 3 to 5 minutes to load up, and it's on its way. He says it takes a little bit longer. The Metro station pulls in, and it may take 15 to 20 minutes to get everyone situated, and then off they go. He says there's really no migrants in the area, and like I said, Wilmette is pretty affluent, and the suburbs surrounding it are also very, very affluent. If you're talking about Winnetka, Glencoe, that is the ultra rich people. The biggest problem I had yesterday was dodging all the landscaping trucks. My God. No one cuts their grass in Wilmette, Glencoe, and Winnetka. 90 to 95% of the people have landscapers do it. So every street you look on, there's a landscaping truck with a huge trailer. And to explain how liberal this place is, I think this year many of the suburbs in that area passed a new ordinance. The landscapers are not allowed to use gas-powered leaf blowers because they make too much noise and they're bad for the environment. So many of these suburbs in this area have passed a resolution, a new ordinance, where the landscapers have to use battery-powered leaf blowers now. Go imagine that. But that happened, and these people who are lucky to just have anybody to cut their grass have now put constraints on the landscapers and making their life more expensive and miserable. Okay, so there you go. Welcome to Wilmette. So look for that video to drop sometime later today. I'll drop that, and you'll get a taste of Wilmette. It's a beautiful downtown. A lot of little restaurants. There was a pizza parlor. A lot of suburban housewives, meeting and having a glass or bottle of wine. It's high life living, folks. Wilmette is high life living. You wake up in the morning, you decide what wonderful thing you're gonna do. It is not McHenry County. Let's just say that. It is not McHenry County by any means. And as I sat home last night, recuperating from this day among the liberals in Wilmette, I found out that Sunday night we had, Monday morning, I believe, one of the two. But anyway, here in my hometown, we had some African American people breaking into cars in one of the areas of my hometown. A little bit, probably a couple miles away from my house, but there was like 10 cars that were broken into. At least one car that was stolen and discovered in another jurisdiction. They think they found somebody lost their debit card, and it was used in downtown Chicago, around Foster Avenue, which I think is kind of like the old Cabrini Green area. Lincoln Park area. So people breaking into cars parked outside, and a lot of people had their cars open. A lot of people had things in their cars. I believe there was some boomsticks that were stolen, and I don't know why anyone leaves their boomsticks in their car and it's unlocked or clearly visible. One of the two, but that happened, and a little bit of a crime wave caused by people of the city of Chirac coming out to the country. It's happening, folks. It is happening. I also, talked to my wife's friend Rose, who does hair, and she's a little stressed out with what's going on here. She doesn't know what's going to happen with the election selection, and she's stressed out. She just applied for her FOID. She's a good Italian girl. Her name is Rose, and she says she had no protection at this point. So I gave her a canister of Vexor for her to have and to hold, and she was appreciative of the gesture, and was going to carry it in her little purse, like in one of these big purses. She clipped it on the side of that, and she was happy for the protection, because she knows that there's a lot of bad guys out there, a lot of bad people out there, and it's just a matter of time before you're a victim, folks. Yeah, just a matter of time before you're a victim. So you got to prepare. You got to be prepared. You got to take note of what's going on around you. As I told you, just this weekend we had some break-ins in cars in my fair hometown here. And time to stand up and double check your security and all your protocols and what you got where. And I need to get myself some more of this because I've been giving it away. It's kind of like a Christmas gift for people who are not prepared. When I encounter someone and I find out that they wish they were prepared but they're not, I usually offer them a canister of Vexor to ease their tensions and their nerves. So there you go. I'll be ordering myself some more Vexor pepper spray. So that was my day yesterday. And then also we ended the day with a nice hearty dinner at Hackney's on Harms in Glenview. Place that's been there for probably 50, 60 years, churning out some awesome burgers, some awesome patty melts, and onion loaf there. They're known for their onion loaf, but we didn't partake in the onion loaf yesterday. But if you're in the Glenview area and you're looking for a good dinner, a good burger, check out Hackney's. Hackney's on Harms or Hackney's on Lake Street, both within like a mile of each other. Can't beat a burger at Hackney's, guys. That's what I'm telling you. So like, share, subscribe. This is the DJ. We were hunting for migrants yesterday in Wilmette. Came up empty, but we got some information from the locals there. Got to check out Wilmette a little bit, but I got a feeling, I do have a feeling that in the next few days, our friends in Wilmette are going to have some more police escorts of buses to the metro station, and we're going to be seeing them on the news. We're going to be seeing them on the news for sure. So I hope you're having a great hump day. I think I'm going to end it there. We're like almost at 20 minutes. So we're going to end it there. This is DJ Wonder Chrissy. This is Migrant Mayhem. I don't know if the people I met yesterday are going to be watching. So if this is a shout out to Jasir, shout out to James of Wilmette, and also Rosie at the hair salon in Glenview. She says she's got some crazy conservative friends, and I gave her some of my business cards so she could hook us up because I'm a crazy Italian too, and I'm a crazy, crazy conservative. And we're headed to this weekend, and then it's the DNC, folks. Get ready for the DNC. We're going to be bringing it to you here at Migrant Mayhem and Land Cruiser Midwest. We're going to end every show as we end this one with the hand slap and a see ya.